it's down. It's started. I've got it down. You've got it easy. Hello, hello. Oh, hello, I'm here. Sorry about that. Oh. 7 o'clock took me completely unawares. So, let me just put myself on properly. Hope everybody's okay. There we go. Hi Jan, hi Kim, hi Sue. Hello, hello. If I've not said your name yet, it's just because I haven't seen you there. Okay, let's just make sure my sound's off on that one as well. There we go, we're here now. Oh, blimey. That was a little bit of a rush then, not very funny. I'm just dishing up there. I was just dishing up their tea, to be honest. And hi, Sarah. Hi, Marion. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, right. I'm just sorting the camera out just to make sure it's the right angle. The boys are just eating their tea, so that's fine. I've got my phone on ready. I've got my lights on. I'll just move that camera down and back a bit, hopefully. Oh, is that better? I'm just trying to straighten it up a little bit for you all. Oh, they'll ring, Steve. They'll call on the way back, yeah. So we'll just wait a few little moments before we get started. That's really a bit wonky-donkey, that camera, isn't it? Needs to be. Does it need to be that way?
Towards you.
Like that. Is that better?
Towards you.
Towards me. Oh, okay. Okay.
Move it down.
Yeah. Okay. Right. We're sorted. Hi, Connie. Oh, sorry about that. It's a bit like being on a roller coaster, that, wasn't it? Sorry about that. Hiya, Caroline. Steve's going towards you. Sorry, pal. Is that better? Does that look a bit better now? There, we're sorted. I don't know what your problem is. There we go. Oh, that's a bit better. So, this evening's project, we'll be using a little bit more of that beautiful Hidden Grove collection by Stamperia. I've got a little embroidery hoop that I've already painted a little bit. Glynis, hello lady. Hi Jill. I've got 2 little gnomes that have already been primed with white gesso. And I've got one sheet of the 8x8. And this is the single-sided paper. It's my second pad of this. A bit like the Golden Shot, yeah. We won't be shooting gnomes though, because they're very sweet. So it's just going to be a little ensemblage. Again, I like my ensemblages. There's no books, no journals, just a tiny bit of painting and a little bit of paper bits and pieces, to be honest. I've also got the lovely decoupage die cut bits, well, the paper cutout bits that I'm going to layer up as well. So for the paint so far, all I've just used is that Crafty White Gesso. Philippa Winter McCartney, hello. Yeah, so I've just used to prime my little gnomes and this. I've just put 1 coat of white gesso from That's Crafty. That's all it needs, is just 1 coat. Hi Patricia, but I will be painting it in a little while. I'll also be using my heavy body gel. I just need to get it out of the box in a little while. You're welcome, Jan, don't you worry. And then we'll just see where the evening takes us. Waffle's been particularly naughty today. He might have to go out actually. You'll have to get down, pal. Sorry, pal. You know it's Monday Night Live. We've got fish for tea, so you might know the boys are being a little bit naughty. Right, you'll have to get down, Waffle. Right, so let's make a start. So all I'm going to do to start with, I'm just going to position my hoop over the paper because I want some of these little strawberries and I want the base here where the ground is. Will you please get down? I haven't got anything. Right, get down, both of you. Oh, nice, you're having your tea already, are you, Sarah? Well, I'm looking forward to mine when this finishes. I don't think it's going to be a very long live. I'll try not for it to be a very long live because I'm very hungry, I have to say. No post-weighing treat. Well, it might be a little post-weighing treat, actually. We usually get fish chips on a Monday, but they've forgotten one of the chips. So that's going to be on its way around soon. So all I'm going to do is just draw around the area that I want my little scene to belong to. So I want some of the strawberries and I also want some of this ground at the bottom. But what I'm also going to do is just shove my head over the top and I'm just going to make a little mark approximately where there is a shifting colour ways. So there's like the bit where the dirt is. I'm going to try and draw a little line there just so that when I paint this side the bottom bit's going to be brown to match the ground, and then I'm going to do the top blue to match the blue of this, and I might even try and paint a couple of little strawberry leaves. I don't know. I might do that. I don't know. So I've got the circle outline of my hoop. Hi, Karen. And then I'm going to cut out my little circle just slightly inside the pencil line because I don't want any jaggedy edges showing outside my hoop. Yes, I did very well tonight on Fat Club weigh-in. I lost 4.5 pounds today, so I've actually got my Stone Award, and I won Slimmer of the Week, and I won Slimmer of the Month, which I'm very excited about. So I actually came home with three certificates, 3 stickers and a bag full of fruit, veg and tinned tomatoes, which I'm very excited about. So yeah, just keep on plodding through every week. So I'll cut that out, but I won't stick it just yet because obviously I need to do my painting. Oh, hi Ginny, all right, lovely lady. And I might actually use some of these little strawberries at the side for a bit of decoration as well. We'll just see how we get on. So I'll just move that to one side because I don't need that. All I need it for is a reference for the sand colour that I'm going to create. Thank you, Kim, thank you. And then I'm going to start painting this and the gnomes. It shouldn't take too long. How's the caravan doing, Kim? Anyway, having a nice week. So I've got some yellow, I've got my grey, I've got brown, I've got some blue, but I want a lighter blue for the sky. I've got white, I've got that blue, and I think there's another lighter blue that I think I'm going to go to try and match the colour of the paper. And I do like a little bit of red going on with my little gnomes as well. Thank you everybody, thank you. Yep, it's just, yeah, chipping away every week, little changes. I think the biggest little change, because it is just about small little changes really, and just doing them every day. So I don't have butter on my bread now and I don't have mayo. I've swapped it out for a little combo at the minute of like a fat-free Greek yoghurt with a little bit of coriander, tiny bit of sweetener and a little bit of coriander and vinegar. So a apple cider vinegar. Not much of any of it, but enough to give it a nice little thick stir. and spread on either my salad or onto my sandwiches and whatever that I'm using. And it just makes a really lovely tasty alternative to mayo. So I do quite like that. Right, I've got my dirty palette there, so I'm going to mix some colours just so that I can paint the frame, and then I'll get going with the little gnomes as well. Oh, so you're back now. Okay, so you're going back on Saturday. Lovely. Lovely. Well, it's nice to have a base like that, isn't it, that you can just keep going out to. I know that sometimes the motorway near us gets busy because of people coming back from opening the caravans up for the weekend. So if it's sort of anything like the traffic from that where you live, obviously people coming backwards and forwards. Yeah, I saw that, Sarah. You said you've had a bit of a fall. That's not good, is it? So I hope you're feeling a little bit better than you were. So I've just mixed a blue that I think will just be okay to do. Probably add a little bit more blue to it. It is quite pale, the blue on this, and there's a little bit of writing on it as well, so it doesn't really matter if it's a little bit darker. So all I'm doing, I'm just painting on the inside, the top and the outside of the frame, but obviously I don't need to do the back bit. And I'm using that's Crafty multi-surface paints to get these painted, and obviously having that layer of gesso on just means it's so much easier to get the colour that you want when you're actually doing the main colour of it. Hi Angela. So I don't think that's a bad match. I might be able to go a little bit greyer maybe. So let's get me grey. Oh gosh, a van on fire, that's never good, is it? There, so I've just added a tiny bit of grey to that blue. So rather than black or extra blue, because it's got like this, it's sort of got almost like a grey little tint around the edges of this paper. Just every now and then I'm just going to sweep a little bit of this grey as well over it, and I think that'll be more of a better colour match. Okay, I'm okay, happy with that. Yep, I'm okay with that. And then rather than waste that bit of paint, I'm actually going to add a little bit of brown to it so I can get a little bit of a sandy colour. Oh, yeah, it's a good job it's not your right hand. Hi Maxine, hello, hello. Hi Jackie. I'm sorry if you keep popping in and I've not noticed you. It's just the comments are going quite quickly. I will try and keep on top of them though. I will try. Hi Lorraine, how are you doing, lovely? Hope you're alright. So let's just take a little bit of that brown, mix it with that, and I'm almost to the right colour there. Just adding a tiny bit of brown to that bluey mixture is almost the same as that sand colour there. So let's just hold my little hoop up by the top and then just get some of this sand colour down at the bottom. There we go, and then I'll just add the tiny bits of the lighter bit of blue. I think that's a really good colour match there. Nice, I like that. Okay, so let's carry on now painting our little gnome. So I'll just shove that to one side, let it dry a little bit. Hopefully the cats won't fight and jump everywhere to create calamitous collapses. So I've got my little gnomes there and there. I'll use a slightly smaller paintbrush. And then use some of these colours that I've got out. So he's got his little wheelbarrow. They're such cute little characters. These were ones that I cast last week when I was doing some of the other, the book cover that I made last week with the gnomes. I did quite a few of the gnomes in one go. So that's one of them that I painted from the book last week. This was the flip flap journal that I created for the workshop last weekend, I think it was, or the weekend before. So I finished doing that. Yes, I've got another workshop coming up this Sunday, I think it is, and I've got one tomorrow evening as well. Tomorrow evening's the mixed media one, which is like a journey into, tomorrow's is just about composition, and then Sunday's workshop is a fantasy journal. It's a sort of album journal, but there will be a little bit of string sewing involved ish, that's all I can say. I like them to be a bit of a surprise when I do these workshops, but that's still available to book because it's all online. It's all your own materials that you use. I give you a supplies list. I will add the link into the comments when I've put the project up for tonight's live. So I am going to use a tiny bit of black. I don't always like to use a lot of black. Well, mainly because it dirties me water. So I just want a tiny bit of black just to go in the centre of my wheels, so it looks like it's in shadow, and a little bit round my wheel hub. So just adding it on top of that brown, it just creates a bit of a dark brown mix for my wheel. That's fine. A little bit of my hub and the handle, just so I've got some different shades going on. So then I've got my little one there. He's got his little rucksack on the back. So again, I'll just use what I've got on my brush just to fill that shape up, and then I'll put a bit more brown over the top of it. But they are so cute to colour, and when I was doing my painting last week, like I say, I do like a watercolour effect for some of my resin pieces, especially ones with little characters and that. So I tend only to put one coat on and almost drag the paint back off, and it does leave a bit of the white coming through, almost like you've dry brushed over the top of it. And I just like that. It gives it more whimsical feel to it. That's what I think anyway. And I'm going to stick with that. Right, he's going to have brown boots. He's going to be matching with his rucksack, because they've been busy at work. He's sort of got, I think he's got the lunch pack on his back, because the other one's got the little, his little wheelbarrow. So I do like thinking of little stories when I'm painting them of what they've been up to. So that's them little boots. So is everyone okay? You all okay? You're all very quiet tonight. It's very unlike you lot. Are you all transfixed? I've been doing a lot of sewing today. I've been getting lots of things prepped. I've got a little spring fair in a couple of weeks. It's a last minute one, only local. But I thought I'd give it a shot, give it a try. So there's his little boots done. And now I need to get my apricot because I like that colour for skin tone. There we go. Oh, they're so cute, these little characters. So if I do his face first, and then I can do his hair and other features later. Oh, well, no, don't comment then. You take that back, Glynis. Don't you comment until your engineer comes. I don't want you to keep popping off, love. There, he's got his little hands full. Oh, they're just so cute, these little gnomes. I like the little ears on them as well. I just think they're so sweet. And yeah, because I'm using resin as well and not clay, their faces aren't distorted, because usually when I do clay faces, they all go all a bit squirmy. They look a bit scary, like they've been in the house of wax. That horror film with, is it Vincent Price in it, or don't know, one of them. I do like a good horror film every now and then. Okay, so he's going to have a turquoise hat. And the other one's going to have the red one, because he's a little bit lazy, the red-hatted one. He's the little workhorse, the blue-hatted one. Oh, I think they're so sweet. Oh, risk it for a biscuit then, but we're only allowed water biscuits. Why do I call you Gwyneth? Because I've been DMing Gwyneths all day. Glynis, I know who you are. Do you know who you are? Yeah, I've got a workshop tomorrow night, Sarah, so unfortunately I won't be able to watch all of Jill unless she's an hour. There we go. So I'm not using very much paint at all, and because I primed it first, it takes the paint quite well. If you want a thicker coverage, obviously do 2 or 3 layers. Yeah, it's rude not to use gnomes, isn't it, Jill? Oh, and I've got my live tomorrow morning as well with That's Crafty Creatives. That's at 11 o'clock tomorrow. It's a week of lives this week, I think. Hello, Vicky. You all right, lovely? And then a little bit of red for this little boy. He's going to have a red hat. Because like I say, he's the one that's just a tiny bit lazy. He has brought the lunches for everybody, but he's always sitting on his, he's sitting on his packed lunch, isn't he? That's what we're going to say. He's sitting on his knapsack. There we go. Okay. Nicely, right, he's going to have his little red pants on. So he's not wearing his little gilet that he wore the other night. You can get down, please get down. Steve, Steve, can you just get the cat, please, pal?
Come here.
Sorry, I've just got a cat to the side of me, thank you. He'll be alright there. No, he's fine there, because he'll go to sleep there. They're just restless because it's fish and chip night. Yeah, I'm trying to be as quick as I can with these because obviously it is sometimes a bit boring, isn't it, just watching paint dry. Okay. Let's get a bit of purple. And I need the green anyway, so let's find me green. I don't know where my green is. I left it out the other day, I don't know where it is. He's sat on the photocopier now in a big mood. Okay, nice little green, well, a reddish green because my brush is still a little bit dirty, but I quite like that browny green. That's quite a nice green, that. That's a very nice green. See what I mean by just using, I don't know if you can see, just by using a little bit of paint rather than a lot, you get that whimsical watercolour effect. You can just, I'll just move it down a little bit. Hopefully you can see that. So there's just like a little bit of white still showing through, and I just really like that effect. Particularly with these little gnomes, I just really like it. And I'm going to keep on doing it because I like it. Right, a little bit more of that brown just underneath where his little shadows are under his jacket, on the hem of his jacket. A little bit under his chin and round his little arms. There we go, just to create that shadow effect. And a little bit more under his legs as well, where his hand is. The same with this one. I'm just going to add a little bit of brown underneath his jacket. Oh, get down. I'm not kidding now. You're all being a bit naughty. Please get down. Waffle. Get down. Too much on now because I'm mithering with you. Get down! Get down! Steve's not helping, he's got his blooming eyes shut. That's not good, is it? Right, and I want a little bit of grey on the beards. They're just being naughty because it's the smell of the fish. I always get an extra big fish because I have to share it. It's the boys' treats on a Monday night. I'm not. No, there's paint now. Don't be silly. Oh, please don't sit there. I can't see the screen. I'm not being. Oh, Waffle, now move. I've lost my Facebook now. Waffle! I've got stupid iPlayer person coming up. How can I help you? You can get the cat off the table. He's alright. If he's sat there, he's fine. It's just I can't find... just apologies a second because I've lost my feed off my screen at the minute. Oh, God. It's just him jumping about. I've got water as well, and cats and water don't really mix, do they? Right, I'm back. Okay. Where am I up to? Okay, I've got my comments back. Oh, I don't even know what I've done with my hoop now. Where's my hoop gone? Oh no, that's there. That's fine. Forgot what I was painting, and I'm painting the gnomes. See, they get me all of a dither, and Steve's just got his blooming eyes shut. The cats are running amok. Amok, I tell you, amok. That's the most seriousness of cat behaviour, amoks. Right, so I've got a little bit of grey just to do a bit of the facial coverage, and then I'm going to go back over with a little bit of white. Right, blooming little monkeys they are. Don't encourage them by laughing, they're little swines. Naughty boys. Right, he's gone up there now, I can hear him behind me. It's not funny, Vicky, at all. It's very rude and it's very inconsiderate, and it's just a bit naughty. And you're just encouraging him. Right, I need to put a bit more green on that now. There, that's better. They're just naughty boys, that's what they are. And then purple for the other one. Okay. I know, but he has. And then I have to try and find something around here to throw at him to keep him, to make him awake. He's listening to a podcast, but he always does it with his eyes shut. And then in about 10 minutes' time, you'll hear him snoring. Not kidding. I'll tell you. Anyway, I don't know if he's got a watch in his hands, this one, because it's time for dinner, or he's got a handkerchief because he's sweating because he's been working so hard. But or it might be a spoon because he's just had a cup of tea. But there's something, or it might just be the belt buckle. I think that's what it is. It's his belt buckle, isn't it? Muppet. I thought it was a spoon. Could it be a spoon? Right, okay. Okay, they're vaguely painted. I just need to put a little bit of white over them. Hi, Maureen. Oh, I do love them, but they're a pain in the buttocks. It's the end of the wheelbarrow handle. Oh yeah, could be. I'm still going with a spoon, Jill. Right, so I've just added a little bit of the white, knocked it back off the brush so it's a little bit more dry brush effect. So it's just a nice lighter, little bit of a lighter grey around his little face. And as soon as you start putting the proper little features like his little beard and his little eyes, they do look adorable. He's got a right side grimace, this one, because obviously he's pulling a, well, he will have a heavy load when I put stuff in it, but at the minute he's going to have some rosy cheeks as well in a second. There's his little beard round his neck. Oh, I'm quite pleased with him. Okay, so I just need a little bit for the handle of the wheelbarrow, even though I don't think it is. But if Jill says it is, well, we know Jill's the font of knowledge in these things. Do it grey so it looks silver. I could have done it silver anyway, but I can't be mithered now getting my paints from the bottom. That'll do. Right, that's the little grey bit for the handle. Okay, I'm quite happy with those. They're about done. Let's just give them a little blast with my heat gun. There we go, and I just want to add a little layer of varnish over the top of them. Right, where's my varnish? Where's my varnish, Glynis? You'll know, won't you? Probably back in the drawer, maybe. Let's just twizz round. Put that there. Just talk amongst yourselves while I try and find my varnish. Decoupage varnish and glue, that'll do. So I've just got my Pentart decoupage varnish and glue. It'll do, donkey. What have I just done with my brushes? There we go. So I'll just give a little coat of this. Over the top. And then if any of the paint does rub off while I'm doing this, I can just go back over the odd little bits.
Leave that, this is on the core. Leave that, this is on the core.
Gosh, it's all go here. John's about to do the washing up, so that'll be noisy.
Hello, so sorry about
The extra chips have just come from my order, so that's nice. So Steve's going to have a chip butty, I think, with the extra chips. Thank you. Well, let's just say it's always an adventure when you do a live with Liz. That's what I always think anyway. It is always an adventure. Right, let me just add, because I've used my fingernail, I've just got a tiny bit of red that's popped off his little hat, so let's just add that on there. Okay, so my gnomes are fairly done. My frame, my little hoop is almost done. Just have to make sure everything's dry, and then we'll start our ensemblage. So this always takes the longest bit, the painting bit, and I was going to do just some cut apart bits for the gnomes, but I thought, no, I've cast them, I might as well use them. Oh, you've got a new tablet. Very good. Oh yeah, so do turn it down, because I do get quite noisy. I bet it picks up all sorts. And I haven't sleep dialed you yet, have you, on your new tablet? I'll have to do that in the middle of the night, Glynis, and have a little snore down the phone at you again. There we go. Right, they are dry. So I'll put those to one side. Let's get rid of my paint, because I don't think I'll need that anymore. Shove them back in the box. That's what I like about these little paints, these little pots, because they're very portable. And do you know what? I'm going to put that varnish in that box, and then I won't keep asking where they are. But I do need to get my heavy body gel, but not just for a minute. I might even get Steve to get it, actually. Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, oh no, I've got it here, actually, in that box there. So I'm actually being lazy. There it is. It's from the retreat box. I've actually moved it from the hall, actually, next to me now, so I can just grab my items that I need. So I've got the Pentart glossy heavy body gel. Oh, thanks, Steve, for light. I wondered why it was getting a bit dark there. Okay, so I've got my little hoop with matching. I think that's quite a good match actually with these. It's not quite dry, so let me just get the heat gun very quickly and blast it just to doubly make sure it's sorted. Of course I've got paint everywhere again. I did blame one of the cats, Glynis, I know. So for anyone that didn't hear what I did, I accidentally dialed Glynis in the middle of the night, and all she could hear was me snoring away. But sometimes I do fall asleep and I've been watching YouTube and I've got the phone in my hand and then it opens all sorts of different apps and things. Luckily I haven't yet ordered anything off Amazon while I've been asleep. But some of the YouTube videos that I must have accidentally pressed on are quite interesting. So just make sure everything's dry before you start putting things together, or else you get a bit of a mess. Okay. Right, so I'm actually going to use some of the heavy body gel to glue this onto. Normal glue would do, but I just want to really make sure it's properly stuck down. So I'm actually going to paint it on. So let's get a bigger brush that I don't mind getting a bit gungy. That one will do. That one's had all sorts of abuse thrown at it. It's a Cadence one. Look at the state of it. Shocking. Okay, I'm going to get a bit of scrap paper underneath it because I want to sort of brush out towards the edges of it. So it's going to sit inside like that. So all I'm going to do, just lever very, very gentle, Glynis, gently, I'm just going to brush this gel medium around the edge, but not too far in because I don't want it showing on the inside. It doesn't matter if it does go over because it's it dries clear anyway, but I want to make sure it's a really nice strong bond, which is why I'm using the gel medium. But just PVA glue will do. But I'm just making doubly sure. There we go. Right. Shove that on there, and I'm just going to do it nearer to me, just so I can see. I've got to be able to line it up, so I apologise for shoving my head in the way, but I just want to make sure that it's lined up with the bottom and it's lined up on the back. There you go. So I've cut it very nicely. I know, thank you, me. But there, if you can just see with that extra bit of brown at the bottom, it just looks like a continuation of that effect there. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, I've got a cup of tea coming, Steve. Nice. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks, pal. I said it's all drama here, isn't it, Steve? Okay, so what I've got is this little sheet of houses. This is the 4 sheets of the cutouts, so they're already die cut for you. So it just means that you can just perhaps mess about with your composition, and because they're already cut out, you're not wasting your efforts cutting loads of stuff because it's already cut for you. Oh, thank you. Nice cup of tea. Thanks, pal. Oh, that's a nice cup of tea. Just so I can have a gauge at what I want where. See, I think that's a little bit too small. I think I might use the tall one. Let me just pull that one out. So there's lots of different houses. lots of little leaves, and there's even brickwork that you can use. There's that lovely little section there as like a bit of mossy path. So I do like these cut-out sheets, and they're double-sided as well, which is good if you want something to go in the other direction. I mean, I absolutely adore this collection, but my only criticism is that I think the gnome that's sat down needs to be facing the other way. I just do, or I just think he should be facing that way. I don't know why, but I just do. Oh no, he's yarring now. What's up with these animals? Yeah, you've had your tea. That's Pancakes coming now, so... See, I think that one is a better fit. Absolutely. So I'm going to use that one. Let me just ink around the edges a little bit, just in case there's any white lines. There tends not to be with these, but I always like a nice crisp edge. It just defines the shape, I think. So I've just got a little bit of my VersaFine Clair brown on this one. The fallen leaves. Yeah, too many gnomes face the same direction. I know, you get me, don't you? You're feeling me vibe. Okay, so let's just make sure that's nice and stuck down. Yeah, that's stuck down. So I've got some spare little bits of grey board down here because I want it not as flat on the surface. I'm just going to add, and I think it's going to be in that direction, not that direction. That direction. I'm going to add some little bits of grey board just down the back of it, just to raise it slightly off the surface, and then it just gives it a more 3D approach. So that can just go there, and again I'm going to brush glue this on with some heavy body gel. I'm only doing this because I don't know where my palette knives are. So a bit of that there. Let's cut a bigger piece for the middle. Let's just give it a little bit of a dome shape. And it'll fit. Yeah, so any bits of old MDF, leftovers from your push outs, or any bits of old plywood or your grey board bits and pieces that you've got left. Always have a little bag of them ready so that you can layer things up. And it said they're a bit, I mean, for cards I'll use foam pads, but for something like this I always like to use something a bit more solid, like grey board or leftover bits of MDF. So again, I'm just going to scoop up some of this heavy body gel. Again, PVA would work as well because it's only cardstock effectively and grey board, but because I've got this gel out I might as well use it. And I'm running quite low on me, that's crafty glue as well. I do need to put another order in. So he's going to go probably around there. So automatically, just by adding that little bit of grey board, it just lifts it off the surface a little bit. Okay, and then I've got this little fella here. So the idea for him is actually going to go up the hill there, and then this little fella is going to be sitting sort of down at the bottom like that. But before I do that, I want to just get some bits of my little foliage that I've got when I went with Jill to a well-known place that sells baskets, and it wasn't necessarily in the country, but anyway, we did get some nice little bits and pieces. So I'm just going to start sticking little bits of these artificial flowers on the back, again using my heavy body gel just to stick down. Steve, can you let Pancake Wheeler out, please? Steve, can you let Pancake out, please? Thank you. I don't mean to shout, but it's the only way that, because he's got his ears in, it's the only way he can hear me. And it sounds like I'm always shouting at him. I'm really not. I promise you I'm not. I'm not ever shouting at you, am I, Steve? You can't hear that, you see, and he's just walked straight past me. You can call him all sorts, he wouldn't understand, he wouldn't hear. So I'm just starting to fill some of this space up with odd little bits that I've got from my trip to the country. But I didn't buy any baskets. I did actually buy some cardboard baskets for my market stall. They fold up and fold down. So I just want to build a little bit of foliage going up. So let me get me other bits of flowers. Bear with me a second. Oh, I know where my palette knife is as well. That'll be easier. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. This is just a small selection of the foliage I did get from said place. And they're just little artificial flowers, but just beautiful to use on little projects like this. So, and because it's sort of in miniature, a lot of the things that we are using, like the gnomes and that, these flowers are sort of the right scale, really, because we're in miniature, aren't we? Okay, right, some of them, let's get some more of them. Okay, so I've got a little selection there. And I'll just get my palette knife. Country Baskets, Vicky. I'm going to say the name. Country Baskets. Because there's one just out near Worsley in Manchester. There we go. That's better. Now I can function. Right, let's just pop back in my water. So there, it is a lot easier just to apply it with your palette knife. So what I'm doing, I'm just building up the ferns first in the background, and I know they're just floating in midair, but there is a bit of a plan in action for putting this little background together. Because I just want to add that extra little bit of foliage, and I'm okay that I'm losing the strawberry in the background because it's going to be hidden anyway by the little gnome. It's like a wholesale place that does artificial flowers and dried flowers. So a lot of, for wedding planners and people, wanting to do their own weddings and birthdays and things like that, whatever function you want to do, it's just the place to go for anything floral, basically. It is a fabulous place. God, it really is. I could just spend a lot of time in there and a lot of money in there. But we were sort of we weren't really badly behaved, were we, Jill? We were quite considered in our purchase, weren't we, of what we bought. So all I'm doing is just adding extra little bits of florals and leaves just to fill some of that background space. Oops. So it just makes the whole piece a little less flat and a bit more realistic, really. Sorry, not sorry for enabling. I know, but gosh, I do use an awful lot on my book covers anyway, because I just think they're very lovely. but I just like the fact that you can just cut little bits off, tear little bits, and just build it up so it looks more natural. Yeah, well, I'm not saying anything about how naughty you were, Jill, to be honest. I didn't want to name and shame you. So that's going to go up there, you see. So it doesn't really matter that there's stuff in the background of it. But what I thought I'd do is add a few little bits. So I'm okay with that behind there. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to add my little gnome now. So I'm going to add him with some heavy body gel, and I'm not being skinny with it because I need it raised above the surface of the layer of the rim on that resin piece. And I always just like to dibby dab on my I've got the right dropsies today, the dibby dab on the heavy body gel just to give it a little bit more texture, chop into it, just so it's got a better grab than it just being smooth. And it also, because it's peaked up, it rises above the edge of the resin that I want it to do. So what I wanted him to be, because he's on a hoop, I thought, you know, because he is a gnome, he is able to walk up sides of buildings and up walls and up hoops because he's magical, isn't he? He's a gnome. And then what I thought I'd do is just add a few little bits of florals in his little wheelbarrow as well. So he has been cultivating some of the flowers as well as the strawberries. I'm just going to add a few little flowers in there. So just bear with me a second, and I'm just going to get some different colours from just those whites. I'm back. And just because they're plastic, you can just rip bits off the edges. So they're absolutely perfect for the things I make. I love them. I love them. I love them. Right, we're back. So I've got some nice lavender heads. I did look at the names when they were on the side, but I can't remember any of them now. See, these are quite nice little filler plants to go around the bottom. Different colour ferns I thought would go well at the back. So yeah, I'm just going to start just adding a little bit more to that background before I add my little second gnome. And because it dries clear, you can really go a bit bonkers with your gel medium, just to make sure everything's stuck down properly. So I'm hoping you can see okay. I know my camera's a little bit high up, but I hope you're still able to see what I'm doing. So all I'm literally doing is just adding little layers of these little fronds, little flowers, tucking them in, making a little feature of them. That's a nice one, that can go down there. Let's put that. See, because I've got purple on his shirt, I thought I'd put a little bit of purple in there as well. And I've got a little bit of orange that will offset the red off the other gnome and the red off the top of that. So just where I've put big dobbing layers of the heavy body gel, I'm just going to tuck some of those flowers in between. And let's just scoop a bit more gel down there and scoop a bit more gel on top of the little wheelbarrow, and then just add other little bits and pieces. But I think if you can get hold of some of these just little flowers, places like Home Bargains do really nice little displays for spring and that, and they're really not expensive. I mean, I got some flowers for my mum that went with a lovely vase, and they weren't that expensive. So, you know, especially if they're little flowers, you can pull the little bits off them like this and just build up little little scenes with them. I mean, we do use these a lot, don't we, Jill? Well, Jill does, definitely in the retreats. They definitely are go-to. Because there's nothing nicer than having a really nice thick layer of florals. When, you know, if you're going to do a nice gnome garden, you know, you want the flowers to go in it, don't you? And by using the heavy body gel, you can really squish those flowers in. And then any leftover bits, I've got some balls. Balls to you. Some nice little pentart balls. I'm not quite sure where they are, but they also fill in some of the little areas as well that you might have little gaps in, so it all helps. You can always put little bits of glitter in as well, but whatever you want you can add to it. Right, so I want a little bit of orange going in his little wheelbarrow. Let's get my scissors for that. And let's cut those little bits off with my scissors, and then just drop them in. Drop them in on the wheelbarrow at the top. There we go. So all these extra little bits that you're cutting off, none of them are being wasted because I'm just tucking them in to that heavy body gel while it's still wet. So all of these little bits and pieces will just sit nicely. Oh, that's really pretty. Look at that so far. Doesn't it look pretty, that? I really like that. And then I've got this little fella here. So I thought he would sit sort of just at the side. I just really like that. Or I might put him down. So I don't really want him down at the bottom. I might just put him at the side of the door there. So he's got those flowers in the background, and I'll just finish filling this area up. The only problem is you have to wait. I'm going to show you really quickly the back. It buckles at the back because it's wet. This heavy body gel obviously got liquid in it. So let it dry completely, and then what I will do is put an extra piece of card on the back of it just to protect that background as well. But it's just beautiful, isn't it? So what do you think about the little gnome? To the right of the door or towards the centre? I don't like putting things right in the centre, so I think I might just shove him there, just so he's sat on the frame like that. I'm going to go with that, actually. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm not even listening to you. I'm going to shove him there. Okay, so because he's going to be only part on the frame, I want to protect his head so he doesn't fall backwards. Obviously I don't want him falling off the frame, so I'm going to add 3 or 4 layers of grey board just to his hat, so that it raises the hat off the surface to the same level that this frame is. So let's just cut a few pieces of this just to build up behind his head. I mean, I could find some grey board, some MDF, but time's pushing on and I want my tea. There we go. Right, so I'm just going to slather bits of this. I mean, I could just dollop a massive amount of gel behind it, but why waste all of it when I can just layer up the grey board like that? And it just gives a cushion, so when he sits on it, he's already raised off the surface, so all I have to do then is just apply more just to the bottom where he's actually sat on the frame. That's it. So that can go there, that's there, and then there's just positioning him so he's just to the right. Let's just move that over. Let's just shove his little head there. Let's get that under there. He's sat on the edge there like that. That looks quite nice. He's squashed down. Let's get me brush and just wipe away the excess. And if it comes, when it dries, because it's glossy, what I will do is add a layer of matte varnish over the top, and that will take that gloss shine away. So all I'm going to do now is just add extra little flowers just to the front, just to fill this little space in there. But he's having a nice little rest there. He's watching his little pal pick strawberries. So I'm just going to add a little bit more around there, wipe that bit off the back there. But I'm really liking this, I have to say. I think it's lovely. Shove it in. Shove it in if in doubt. I might just put another little ferny bit at the top. But I am really liking this. So let's just shove that under there. Get that shoved under there. That's it. I'll put a few more bits over the top of that. But I think we're almost there, guys. I think we're pretty much nearly done. So a little bit more white in there. You know, and once it's dry, if you think, oh, it could do with a bit of this colour or that colour, you obviously can add to it if you wanted to. But I think these are pretty gorgeous. Pretty special. Right, you can just go down there. Nicely, nicely. I think I'm nearly done. Because you can just keep on messing, can't you? I know I do. Let's get a bit of that at the front. I can just go down to there. That's it. Come on. You have to whisper when you're doing it like this. Oh, don't want it that way because it's tickling his little nose. There we go. That's it. That's better. Right, okay, let's look at that. I'm just going to lift it up slightly. Oh, I think that's pretty special. I really like that. I really like that. I think that's really rather beautiful. I do. I think that's really lovely. What a lovely garden. Thank you, Vicky Morley. Thank you. But I think I'm pretty happy with that. I don't think I want to do anything else with it. I was going to see if I could get like a little motif or something to go there. Let me just very quickly look in the book. The pad of 22, because there are some little sayings and cut apart bits. So let's just have a little quickie look. home. See, that's nice, isn't it? Maybe home. And there's those as well. Home. I like that home. Home. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. Right. Let's cut that out. I need a jar for all these bits, or a box. I think I've got one of those mason jar things from IKEA. I've got a load. They were only about 65p. I've got tons of the blooming things. So now I know what I can shove in them, can't I? Right, bear with. Let me just cut that out. And then when it's dry, properly dry, I'm just going to add a little bit of black to his little eyes, both sets of Gnome's eyes. There we go. So I've got my little home sign there. I'm going to add a little bit of grey board just behind it, but I'll also just edge around it with my ink as well to give it that crisp edge. Just get rid of any white that's still from me cutting. There we go. A little bit of gel medium on there. Stick that on there. And then gel medium to stick it onto the background. Do 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 do. Let's add a bit more of that onto there. That's it. Okay, right. So that will be the space to put it. Gosh, flipping dropsies today. It's because I'm hungry. I'm not hangry. I'm hungry. Right, home can just go there, I think. Make sure that's straight. Home. There we go. There we go. That's our lovely little garden with our little gnomes. So the back is really wet. I'll show you quickly. Ugh. Can you see how crumpled it is? Because it's still wet. So let it dry completely and then I will put another layer on. But that's our make for tonight. I think I've really enjoyed that. Thank you so much for joining me. We've not really used very much at all, and it's only just gone 8 o'clock, so I'm very proud of us. Very proud of us indeed. We've done very well. We've just bish bash boshed it out, that one tonight, haven't we? So don't forget, I am live tomorrow morning at 11 on That's Crafty Creatives. If you have not joined already, join. I am also going to upload this onto my YouTube channel, so if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. It's Liz Wheeler Designs. I think it is. Let's see what my name is. It's something like Liz Wheeler Designs, something. Oh, at Liz Wheeler Designs 505. That is my YouTube channel. So it's Liz Wheeler Designs 505. So please do subscribe if you can do, because uploading all my videos, and I'll also very soon be going live from Facebook, from YouTube as well. I'm adding lots of little shorts and reels and things. And then other than that, I'm back next Monday evening here. And don't forget about my workshops, because they're coming up soon. All right, lovelies, thank you so much for a lovely evening. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon. All right, bye-bye.